President Biden facing new trouble in the new year. The far left is reportedly sizing up a challenger to primary Biden if he seeks a second term. A progressive strategist explaining why, quote, he's deeply unpopular. He's old as bleep. Must have been talking to Dana. He's been largely ineffective, and I think he'll probably get demolished in the midterms. Even MSNBC, a local TV station, thinks Biden has become a liability for the Democrats.
It is difficult when you have the Biden administration struggling in so many parts of the country.
What are the two things that you think he needs to make sure he has accomplished by June of 2022 in order to raise his numbers so that he is not sort of an albatross on the neck of Democrats who are going to be running this fall?
All right, Harold, I see right through you. I know what you are up to, you Democrats. What you're trying to do is you're trying to create this fog of progressive challengers to help Joe look moderate and look sane. And America fell for that before, but we're not going to fall for it again. I see right through you, Harold. Right through you. Don't look away.
Well, you might, but I'd put it in a little historical perspective. When President George H.W. Bush got a challenger to the right in Pat Buchanan, he lost. Jimmy Carter before that and Teddy Kennedy, he lost. I think when you think about the kind of challenges that a president faces, you don't want them from in your party. It certainly spells challenge for you in your election year. I don't know what will happen in 2024, but I know this. Crime, COVID, supply chains, and inflation, and the border. If they just focus on 2 or 3 of those, they could find themselves in a better spot. I would urge progressives who are out fomenting these kinds of things. I don't know that pollster or that person that you quoted there in the piece, but if you're serious about helping Joe Biden and the country, pass something. Take victories that are in front of you. Help every American. I thought Phil Levine the former mayor down in Miami Beach, had a great piece in the New York Post today where he outlined things that Democrats should be for. And if you can't find Phil Levine's piece and you're having difficulty understanding what it means to get a win, look to the new mayor of New York. Look to what he's about, talking about COVID and crime and moving the city forward. The Democratic electorate in New York elected a mayor who, frankly, is probably to the right of Joe Biden on things. That's where the Democratic Party is. Those who think that we are progressives, or even progressives who believe we're going to win with this kind of messaging that they're presenting, I think they're dead wrong.
All right. So, Harold, essentially you're saying he will be impeached. Judge, let's get down to the most important question here. Old as bleep. What do you think the bleep was?
Stop it. Dirt. D-I-R-T.
Dirt? Old as dirt?
No,
you know what?
I don't like, by the way, I don't like
Judge.
that you were shading Dana with that one
What
at all.
Well, you know what? It is technically dirt.
It's true.
It's a form of compost.
Yeah, okay.
Humans
well, I'm
make
not
their own
going
dirt.
there. But I just want to say one thing. Here's the thing about, and Harold, you made so much sense there. All it is about doing something for the American people. We're fed up with people who sit there and do nothing but complain and watch the lunacy that is going on around us. We're fed up with it. We work hard. We pay our taxes. We do everything we're supposed to do. And we expect, and they expect that we're going to say, yeah, we want Joe in there. Yeah, that administration's doing great. One thing you left out, Harold, was Afghanistan. That is the most outrageous thing that happened in the whole year, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of, leave no American behind. But we left a few hundred. I mean, whatever, 90%. This is about them working for the American people. And if they can't do it, get out and get them out.
There you go. Jesse, what are your thoughts on this in between feeding liquid Viagra to your pets?
Greg, the Waters apology tour has to continue. I have gotten so many text messages from my mom. I haven't heard this much from my mom since January 6th. Mom, I was being irreverent when I was telling the story about the children's Tylenol. It did not happen that way. I hope that was clear. With that said, listen, if I was a member of the squad, I would want federalizing elections, socialized medicine, tax hikes, gun grabbing, the Green New Deal. Joe hasn't given me that because he's been blocked by the courts, the Constitution, and Joe Manchin. But he's met him halfway. He's given him open borders and reckless spending. They're still not happy. They want 100% of their agenda. They want total control over your life. People in the audience have probably dated other people like that, and we know how painful that can be. But do I feel sorry for Joe Biden? No. I work at Fox. I want to see disarray on the left. It's good for America. It's good for our ratings. I want to see this guy primaried by rich liberals, crazy liberals, so much so that they can hit the threshold to pop the debate. So he has to argue with communists about whether they're going to fund solar paneled slavery reparations.
Which squad member would you like to see run against him?
Oh, AOC comes to mind.
You know, I would actually prefer Ilhan Omar, because then we could see her first brother. You know, Dana, I'm not a big fan of ageism, saying that Joe is as old as bleep. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that everybody reads differently in terms of how they age, right? So you know people that are his same age, 78, who seem a lot younger or a lot older. But they have to dance with the one that brought them. But the good news for Republicans is that no leader in the Democratic Party is listening to Harold.
Yeah.
Because
No offense.
What did you have happen today? Senator Schumer comes out and he says, I'm putting the stake down, and I'm saying that by Martin Luther King Day, we have to have this voting rights bill passed, or else we have to change up the filibuster rules, knowing that they don't have the votes for that. They just like they didn't have the votes for Build Back Better. So they constantly set themselves up to step on their own rake. If they listen to Harold, they might have a better chance.
There you go.
Yep.
All
Well
right, don't
said.
step on any rakes. Coming up, an NFL star having a meltdown on the field. Let's set the whole thing off next.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.